Oh, wow. Right, it's somehow the start of week 4, which means I'm a fifth of the way into my training program, which is a little bit scary. And I'm kicking off this week with a strength session. So I'm testing out this gammy leg that I've got, and I'm just gonna really sort of go easy on it and just see how it is when I'm doing my squats. Moment of truth. Just fell and slipped in a big puddle. Alright guys, so I'm out on week 4, day 2, and I've come down this track that I often come down, and I'd kind of forgotten that we've had storms, and it's just these massive puddles, and I actually just might have slipped in one a minute ago, so I've got one soggy foot for the rest of this run, which will be fun. One soggy, one dry. Okay, so one thing to be clear on is that I'm not a physiotherapist. I don't claim to have that kind of expertise. I don't offer advice generally on injuries, but niggles are weird. Niggles are really weird. I think we all get them now and then. And sometimes you feel like you're really injured. You feel like you're going to have a big problem, and it can be a worry, and then you sort of go out and you test it and it's like it's vanished. And that seems to be what's happened with me at the moment. So I've had this quadriceps issue. I was doing my weights yesterday, I didn't feel any suggestion of it whatsoever. I've had this sort of ankle, I twisted my ankle a little bit, and that was worrying me. There's just no sign of it now. So I'm out on my long run, and I'm just kind of going for it. I am remaining cautious with it, but there's just no kind of suggestion of these injuries at all. So I'm not going to push it, I'm not going to get carried away. I'm just going to take it nice and easy on this long run for this week. But I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this. I'm feeling pretty good that I can do it. So here we go. Perhaps the proof will be in the pudding perhaps later in the week when I go for some speed work. But I'll remain cautious. I've got plenty of time to get my fitness up. Risking an injury is not a good idea. So I'm just going to remain kind of cautious with it, take that approach. But I am feeling pretty positive about this at the moment. Oh, broken path. Now this kind of long grass is exactly where there could be ticks. I do not like running through these. I don't want to have a tick again, or multiple ticks. So I'm going to stop when I get through this gate. And I'm just going to try and sort of pat myself down, kind of. Just check for ticks. Can't see anything, but they're sneaky little things. I'm approaching the road now, so this is where the earbuds go in, and try and relieve the boredom a little bit by listening to maybe a podcast or some music for a bit. Morning everyone. I'm saying morning, it's morning for me. It's about 5 a.m. on day 3, and I'm about to go out for my run. I'd like to get some decent miles in, however my legs are a bit achy, quite a lot achy actually, from my long run yesterday, so I'm just gonna have to kind of go by feel and see how I am. So I'm purposefully going out on a route where I can get a decent distance in if I want, if I can, you know, after a little while, if I'm feeling it, but also I can change my route a little bit and cut it short if the legs are not playing ball this morning. So we'll see how we go. So I've set off, I haven't got very far, but goodness me, I'm finding it hard this morning. I'm trying to remind myself that, you might have these days where you've got really aching legs, your breathing just doesn't seem right. You just feel like, gosh, I'm not going to get very far today. But I'm making a conscious effort to remind myself at the moment that often runs do start like that. My body hasn't warmed up yet, so I'm stopping to do a few drills, warm-ups, dynamic stretches, and just giving myself a bit of time and distance to get into it. So thinking of this as a bit of a sort of experiment now to see how am I going to feel after, say, 15 minutes, because it does take the body a while to warm up. Right now I'm feeling like it's just not going to happen. So I wanted to document that so that I can check in again shortly and see if there's any difference. So about 15 minutes into my run, and I'm definitely feeling different. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes. I'm just taking it really, really easy. Keep stopping to do drills, stretches, dynamic stretches. So just kind of see how we go. I'm feeling a bit more positive now. Well, this is definitely part of what motivates me to get up and out in the morning. It's just so good for you in so many ways. I'm very fortunate to live in a beautiful environment. It's just a great way to start the day, thinking about your mental well-being. It's peaceful, it's calm, you got the sounds of nature. It's just brilliant. So great learning opportunity this morning regarding the psychology of running, something I've experienced many times over years and decades, in fact. And I still have to remind myself quite actively. So you can set off on a run like I did this morning. You think it's not going to happen. I'm feeling rubbish. My breathing's all over the place. My legs are killing me. And actually, you just got to allow your body to warm up. So consciously reminding yourself, and it's something that I try and do. It's like I'm just going to go into it really easily. I'm going to do some drills. I'm going to do some warm-ups, some dynamic stretches. I'm just going to go really slowly. Give your body time to prepare itself for the mileage, the kilometrage that you've got ahead of you. So always try and remind yourself of that. It's something that I have to actively do when it's not feeling like it's going to be really positive or a good experience that day. Be open to it, because that may actually change. Good morning, cows. So this has turned out to be a pretty good run, except I'm being attacked by flies actually. So note to self, I must remember to bring some flipping fly repellent. But no, it's been a good run. I've got decent distance in, feeling all right. Go away. So it's just kind of a lesson to be learned about just remembering the psychological element. That first bit can be really difficult, but also, just remembering to warm up. Do something about these flies. Usually listen to some music for part of my run just to kind of distract myself and numb the pain, and it actually does work pretty well. So today's album was Low Fidelity All Stars, How to Operate with a Blown Mind. I mean, it's all right. It's probably a good tempo and stuff, but I'm not sure it's a running album. Maybe a little bit repetitive and a bit dark at times. Okay, so this is why I keep getting wet feet. Wish me luck. Oh God. Day 4, weights day. I'm finding it really hard just to wake up this morning. I'm not feeling motivated. I'm currently drinking loads of coffee in the hope that that'll kind of get me going. I've been eating a couple of bits of fruit and so on, but it's one of those days where it feels like a test, and there are days when you just feel like I cannot be bothered. I think my mind and body are kind of saying, just take it easy. But I know I need to do it. Done. So I've been thinking a little bit about the sort of psychological element of running, and it's the night of day 4, and I've just laid out my running kit downstairs, just because I know I'm going for my run in the morning. So I don't need to question it or anything. It's just, I know that I'm doing that in the morning. I think that's a really important part of all this, just knowing that that's what you're doing and not really having to think about it.
So I laid out my kit, and also that'll make it a bit easier in the morning, because I know this morning I just didn't feel like it at all. So I think, well, you know, if I can just make it a bit easier for myself in the morning by just having things ready, so the night before getting my kit laid out just makes it a bit easier in the morning. So yeah, it's kind of just a little thought that I've been having, really.
Day 5, and yeah, I've got that funny thing where I've come out and it's just taken me a long time to warm up. I've once again got that don't feel like it kind of thing going on, but I'm doing it anyway. I think that's a really important thing. It's taken me a long time to warm up, but I am scheduled to do a speed session, some intervals, so I'm going to do it. I've been doing my warm-ups, my drills, dynamic stretches. I'm just trying to sort of get myself in the right mindset to actually do some speed work. So looking at 400 meter sprints with recovery in between a few of those to see how we get on. Oh, right, that's 400 metres. Oh, goodness me. Right. So this is really hard. These workouts are really, really difficult. It's a big strain. Very demanding. But I know it's worth it. I know that running, on the whole, isn't necessarily the best thing for weight loss, but an interval workout like this actually is. You shouldn't do too many of these. Generally, maybe once a week for most people. But goodness me, it takes its toll. I can really feel it in my chest, my legs. You know you're doing something good though. Right, so I call that successful workout with a number of repeats. Got to the point where I tried to do another kind of sprint and my legs were just like, nah. They actually refused. They just would not move fast. They were like, I think we've done enough of that now. So they kind of made that decision for me. But it's a good workout, so I'm pleased with that. Strangely, did something a bit stupid. Obviously didn't plan my route properly because I've accidentally run my longest run of the week, longer than my long run the other day. But it's all good, you know, I'm getting the weekly mileage up. I'm not feeling too bad. Seems to be curing my hangover, I think. Seems to be happening quite a lot. Yeah, in the ears I gave the Low Fidelity All Stars album another go. I mean, it's got its place for sure, but I think it is a bit dark and repetitive for running for me anyway. So anyway, yeah, it's been a good session. Early in the morning, ready for the day. I think now I deserve and need more coffee. See you tomorrow. Good day everyone, it's day 6, so I'm almost at the end of my 4th week, which is unbelievable really. I can't believe I'm already 4 weeks into my training program. I'm really happy because I'm getting some pretty good mileage in. After accidentally running longer than my long run yesterday, I'm really creaky this morning, especially like in my upper legs. I don't feel like I've got much range of movement. But I'm out and I'm doing it, and here I am. Decided to try a slightly different route. However, I don't know. I've just come through this field and there are loads of cows in here, and they're young ones. I'm sure they're fine. I'm just naturally a bit cautious, so I'm going to go a different route actually. Good morning, cowlets. So yeah, just got my feet wet for no reason by going through this quite wet field. But anyway, yeah, so not a lot to say other than it's an easy run. After a difficult one yesterday, quite a challenging one yesterday, which I'm glad I did. So it's just about mileage now, just some easy miles, just to get the miles in my legs. That's about it really. I'm being sure to listen to my body today after that accidental long run yesterday. My legs are tired, so it's really important that I don't get carried away because there is a risk of injury. So I'm just making that sensible decision just to cut it a little bit shorter. Well into my run, most of the way through it, but you know, my legs are kind of telling me, let's not overdo this, let's not get injured. Thinking about the days and weeks to come, so it's really important, I think, to contextualise each run, in fact. So I'm glad I've done it. I'm getting good mileage in, but just being cautious at the same time. Today's album that I've been listening to is called Crazy on the Weekend by a band called Sunhouse. This was recommended to me, and yeah, on first listen it sounded pretty good. Nothing earth-shattering or particularly kind of original, but that's all right. Perhaps a little bit sort of AOR, kind of traditional, fairly mature rock. Nice mix of timbres, quite well put together songs, I think. But probably something I would recommend for easy runs, just to kind of keep you going at an even pace. So I'll give this another listen. I think it's worthy of another listen. So that's Sunhouse, Crazy on the Weekend.
Oh, that can't be right. Well, I'm feeling deeply dismayed at the end of week 4. Even though I've done good running, I somehow, and I don't understand how, I've put on 1.7 kilograms in a week. Well, I do know how, because I've just not really gone about it entirely the right way. I've done the exercise, but I've just allowed myself to eat whatever I wanted and to drink whatever I wanted. And that's something I've got to change now. For the next week, it's got to be a real focus on healthy diet, because I've been doing so well. And now I've just ended this week by putting loads of weight on, which isn't good. So I need to act on that.